In this video, I'm going to review Nervestra, which is a unique neuropathy product because of its liquid consistency. But is it really worth the money or is it just another scam? Well, I analyzed every aspect about this product, so here's everything you need to know about it in my Nervestra review. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Molly from mysupplementadvice.com. I'm a pharmacist, and on this channel I'm doing supplement reviews and health tutorials, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. I'm also going to leave you a link to this full review in the description box below, so check it out if you're interested. Getting to my Nervestra review, here's what I'm going to be looking at in this video. I will start by summing up my opinion on this product, and then I will get to my full analysis on it, looking at each of its aspects. So this being said, let's dive in. What makes Nervestra unique is that it's one of the few neuropathy products with a liquid composition. On paper, this should make it easier to take since some people prefer liquid supplements, but that's not really the case in reality. That's because Nervestra doesn't taste very well and its formula isn't very potent. So if you necessarily want a liquid supplement, this product might be a good choice. Just keep in mind that taking it might be harder than taking a classic pill. But if you do not necessarily want a liquid product, I would truly not recommend Nervestra. There's another product that makes the best neuropathy supplement in terms of quality per price, so that's definitely the alternative I would recommend to Nervestra and to any other neuropathy supplement. I'm going to tell you more about that better alternative at the end of this review, so stay with me until then if you want to find out this tip. This being said, let's get to my detailed analysis on Nervestra, and as I usually do, I will start with its claims and producer. First of all, Nervestra states that it has the most advanced nerve health support formula. To be honest, I don't completely agree because there are other supplements that have much better ingredients and they also have much higher doses. It's true that Nervestra has a really big advantage through its liquid consistency, but this doesn't make it more valuable than others if you ask me. It also claims that its ingredients encourage blood flow unlike other supplements, but in reality its ingredients are pretty similar to those of other products. That's why I don't really agree with all of its claims. Getting to the brand behind it, Nervestra is made by a company called Rejuvica Health. This brand has several health products in its portfolio and all of them are liquid. There's also worth mentioning that all of these products are quite pricey for the quantity they have, but other than that, Rejuvica Health is a pretty trustworthy brand. The best thing about Nervestra is that it contains classic neuropathy ingredients, but on the other hand, its biggest issue are doses. That's because most ingredients have pretty low quantities per serving. Now, you should normally take between 2 and 3 servings per day, so it's not that bad. Still, its doses aren't excellent even in that case. Besides, Nervestra doesn't contain the top versions of some ingredients, so that's another minus. Anyway, let's take a closer look at its main ingredients, and the first one is alpha-lipoic acid, which is one of the best antioxidants when it comes to neuropathy. However, Nervestra does not contain the top version of lipoic acid, which is the R-alpha. Since there's no letter mentioned before alpha, it most likely contains the S version. This is also helpful, but it's much weaker in terms of effect. Still, it's usually cheaper for the producer, so this is probably the main reason why so many products contain it instead of the R version, which is better, but it's also more expensive. Next, there's acetyl L-carnitine, a substance that is quite specific to Nervestra because you cannot find it in too many neuropathy products. In terms of effect, it regenerates nerves after injury and damage, and it also prevents consequent pain. As most neuropathy products, Nervestra also contains a proprietary blend which is a mix of several anti-inflammatory herbs like passion flower, turmeric, skullcap, white willow bark, or devil's claw. Up next, there's vitamin B1, which is an essential substance for neuropathy because it decreases pain, burning, and stinging, and it also prevents against further nerve damage. However, Nervestra contains the regular version of vitamin B1, which doesn't have a very good absorption, and some sources say that it's pretty toxic. On the other hand, certain neuropathy products contain an improved version which is called benfotiamine, and it is superior in terms of effect. And lastly, Nervestra also contains some additional vitamins like vitamin B12, B6, and folic acid. And overall, its formula isn't bad at all, but its doses are pretty low and it doesn't contain the top versions of all ingredients. So despite looking good at certain chapters, it's not the kind of formula I would necessarily recommend right now. As I said, Nervestra is formulated as a liquid. This may seem like an advantage at first, but it's not always so. That's because taking pills is really easy, but drinking a liquid depends on its taste, smell, texture, and so on. As for Nervestra, its taste is really bad. It's something like drugs or metal, which is really weird, and its smell is pretty much the same. However, you have the chance to take it as it is or dilute it into water. I strongly recommend going for the second option because its taste isn't that bad anymore. Still, the label advises not to dilute it into soda or any other sugary drinks. As for its directions, they are not the most clear. You have to start with a quarter tablespoon of product, which is about the same as 2 bulb squeezes. Take it as it is or dilute it into water and take it between 1 and 3 times per day. Basically, there's no recommended dosage, but for most people, 1 serving per day isn't going to be enough. That's why I strongly recommend going for 2 or 3 servings every day depending on the intensity of the effect you want. It's surely not the easiest to take neuropathy product in the world, but that's it. If you want to see how a product works, you should look at its customer feedback. That's exactly what I did with Nervestra, and since it has so many Amazon reviews, it was really easy to find some real opinions. Now, Nervestra has an average rating of 3.8 stars on Amazon out of 5 stars in total. That's not a really good number, but considering that it has over 1,000 reviews, I would say that it's fine. Now, here's what most satisfied users say about it. Many praise it for the fact that it's liquid. Others say it's a great alternative to neuropathy pills. Some claim it works really well for their pain, and a few others say they could see results in a month. Basically, Nervestra has lots of satisfied users, and it also has many people that prefer it to classic supplements due to its liquid consistency. But as you might expect, it also has plenty of complaints as well. Many people criticize its really high price, others say it tastes absolutely terrible. There were enough saying it didn't help their pain. On the other hand, others say the relief only lasted for 10 to 30 minutes. Some even complain about the side effects. So overall, Nervestra has pretty much mixed reviews. But considering the claims from its complaints and negative reviews, it's surely not a product I would recommend at this point. It's surely not bad, it's only that there are better alternatives on the market right now. Nervestra has a couple of complaints at this chapter. Most of the side effects reported by its users are muscle spasms, nausea, diarrhea, itching, rashes, and stomach cramps. Now, I actually found enough negative reviews complaining about these side effects, so it's not like they only appeared in some unfortunate people. That's why you should keep this in mind when it comes to Nervestra. Compared to other neuropathy products, it's not the safest. As a neuropathy supplement, Nervestra is rather on the expensive side. That's because a bottle isn't always enough for 1 month, but let me explain. So Nervestra's lowest price is on Amazon. Its standard price is $44 per bottle for 2 ounces. It doesn't have discounts very often, and shipping is free for all US orders. Now, $44 per bottle isn't huge considering that most quality neuropathy supplements cost about $70 as a standard price. But there are 2 main problems when it comes to Nervestra. 1 bottle is rarely enough for a full month, and you cannot get a discount for this product even if you buy it in bulk. On the other hand, most neuropathy supplements meet both of these 2 conditions. So for a liquid product, I personally believe $44 per bottle is quite a lot, especially since it does not contain the best ingredients out there. That's why I would truly not go for it. Here's how I would sum up my opinion on Nervestra in 3 ideas. First of all, its liquid formula is what makes it unique. But according to some users, it tastes really bad, so I strongly recommend diluting it into water before taking it. Secondly, since it's a liquid product, it's pretty hard to dose it. The label mentions there are 48 servings per bottle. However, in many situations that's not always right. Because for best results, you should normally take the maximum recommended dosage, which is 3 servings per day. In this case, 1 bottle is going to run out in less than a month. And lastly, like many neuropathy products, Nervestra is quite overpriced because its ingredients aren't worth $44 and a bottle isn't always enough for a month. And concluding, is Nervestra worth buying or not? Well, it's not really worth buying. It's a good product from some points of view, especially because of its liquid consistency. But overall, it's not one I would really recommend. Its formula could be a lot better, especially its doses. It has a pretty unpleasant taste, it's quite expensive for its actual value, and a bottle doesn't always last for a full month. Now, if you necessarily want a liquid product, I would say that Nervestra is a pretty good option. But I don't see the point of going for a liquid product when in many cases it's much harder to take than a classic supplement. Either way, it's your own choice. So what do I recommend instead of Nervestra? I know I promised to give you a better alternative, and I was talking about a product called Nerve Renew, which is the best neuropathy supplement I know. It has the strongest formula from the market, superior versions in most ingredients, and no serious side effect. Just like Nervestra, Nerve Renew isn't a cheap product. But since its actual value is way over $100, it's a lot more worthy than Nervestra. So that's the product I would recommend as my number 1 recommendation for neuropathy and the one I strongly advise you to go for. Coming up, I'm going to leave you my full review of Nerve Renew in the left part of my screen, so check it out if you want to see how you can get the lowest price for this product. You also have some more details on that in the description below this video, so check it out as well. Until next time, take care.